Something wicked this way comes. Target individual psychic reading. Okay, so that phrase is obviously equated normally kind of in kind of witchcraft fairy tale type story, isn't it? What it feels like is it's almost like you're dealing with some kind of coven or network, and they understand that they're operating in the dark. And it's almost like they're like, ooh, something wicked. And it's like they're kind of saying that about themselves because they think they're the big I am. The irony of it is that you, the collective, the TI, you're the one that's wicked, and not in a kind of like because you're nasty, but you've balanced the duality of your light and your dark. You're not afraid to lop heads off in the astral. Okay. Last Judgment in the reverse. Spirit of the Primal Fire. Princess of Wands in the reverse, Princess of the Shining Flame. Okay, so this is this last judgment for this coven, for this network who are working under siren energy. Could be working with elements of fire. It's done. It's done. I want to say it's the last hurrah. Okay, time has been called on their practice. Okay. They ran into the wrong one. So we've got Queen of Swords in the reverse, Queen of the Throne of the Air. Six of Swords in the reverse, Lord of Earned Success. Queen of Cups in the reverse, Queen of the Thrones of the Waters. So I feel like this personal, probably a collective. It's probably two feminine energies here. And what they've been aiming to try and succeed with hasn't worked. Okay. I feel it's two. I feel that the Queen of Swords in the reverse is the main protagonist. Okay, and what I want to say is that they've tried to off you. Okay, they've used some unaliving magic and it's not worked. Okay, now they're going to get their karmic retribution swiftly and justly because Source says, "Touch not my anointed." Okay, this other feminine, I feel like, has been teaching this Queen of Swords in the reverse what to do. Okay, and I feel like their punishment is that they're going to live in fear the rest of their life. That it's almost like I'm getting the phrase fear the reaper. They're going to become a bit of an emotional mess. They're entangled and entwined in the teachings that they gave this person. They knew that they were dealing with an anointed one, and yet they still passed on this knowledge. Okay, I do feel like that they warned this person, but they still told them to do it anyway, or told them how to do it anyway, which is irresponsible. It's immoral. So it's almost like they're taking a little bit of a double hit on the karma, as in they're taking karma because they knew that this person was attempting to take out a chosen one. Number one, which is no. Number two, they've by giving this person this information and knowledge, it's basically set this other person up to fail. Okay, so yeah, so it's not going to be quite as heavy karma as the Queen of Swords, because she's the one that's actually done it. She's the one that set the intention behind it. But the Queen of Cups, just by proxy, by giving this information, needs to be taught a lesson as well. Okay, Two of Cups, Lord of Love. You're going on to a prosperous love connection or period in your life where you're finding that balance of love again. Five of Swords, Lord of Defeat. Okay, you're defeating and vanquishing those around you who are trying to take you on. Okay. What else have we got there? Nine of Swords in the reverse position, Lord of Despair and Cruelty. So that's coming to an end. Okay, Blasted Tower in the reverse, Lord of the Host of the Mighty. So yeah, I feel like you've activated the tower. You've done something, returned to sender, called your power back, whatever, and I want to say it's brought them to their knees. Okay, it's brought them to their knees. Okay. They've got nowhere else to turn. There's no way out but to face the abyss, to face their judgment. Okay. Right, let's get what's the tea, see if there's any clues that want to emerge. Okay, so I can just got one that's come out that says dirty offer. Right, so we've got dirty offer, kissing ass, wolf in sheep's clothing, Car drama, repo nightmares, always asking for a ride, too broke to fix it. Unfazed, doesn't care, didn't flinch, you can't shake me. Right, so what this feels like is this person's done a I'm going more the Queen of Swords here. This person's taken a dirty offer, a dirty dark side offer, okay? And what I feel like is that they're kissing ass with this dark energy, okay, because they know that their attempts have now failed, okay. So that's kind of what's going off in the background. Clues for the collective of who this person is. Well, they're a wolf in sheep's clothing, so they're making out they're something that they're not. Now, as I always say, right, if I suspect somebody's been taken over by dark energy, okay, be it an entity or they're under some kind of spell work, etc., etc., look at their eyes, look at their pupils. What are their pupils doing? Okay, do they look like they're kind of bled? Are they looking reptilian? Always look in the eyes, people, right? Car drama. So yeah, this person's either constantly or is going to get some car drama. I'm going to say this is them as well, unfazed. So it's almost like they're going to go, oh, I've got these issues with my car, and you're like, oh, no, that's terrible, isn't it? And they're like, yeah, it's okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you read people's energy, I feel like this person's energy will be like sparking like a bloody loose electrical wire, and it won't match, okay? And even if you're not kind of overly in tune with energies, I think you'll just have this feeling of I'm sure something's off. Right, so child services, children in danger, family being reported, neglect or abuse suspected. Right, I'm going to go a little bit left field here. It's a little bit dark. I feel like this person might have been doing some kind of siphoning of children. Let's leave it at that. Fake smiles, saying hi but hating inside. Two-faced energy. Watch who's smiling at you. Okay, again, when people are smiling, right? So what I do sometimes, little trick here, a little bit of a warlock trick, right? If you're not sure about somebody, because the thing is, when somebody's kind of smiling and putting a face on for the camera, the whole picture might kind of all match up, but do the elements. So what's the mouth saying? What's the eye saying? So sometimes what I do is I take a screenshot of a person's face, right? And then I basically split the image in two. Because when you separate the two parts of the face, you have a good side and you have a bad side. Okay. And if look in the eyes, look at the smile as it forced, you know, what are the eyes saying? Okay. Inside scoop, a closer look, nosy up in your business. I think that's just backing up what I just said there. Start digging a little deeper. This person's going to be haunted, memories, flashbacks, trauma, side effects. Okay. Touch not my anointed. They've taken it a step too far, and karmic retribution is coming for this person. If that resonated, type in karmic retribution. If you want a personalised psychic reading, priority same day guaranteed from 15 quid. Stand store, top of the profile. Good luck.